It's a joke, man. Like, it was a joke from the get-go. Like, it was always a joke. I mean, god damn. I mean, we really, I mean, if we think that relying on other people like slaves is going to get us anywhere, we honestly have another thing coming, because every day we are proven wrong. Every day we are proven wrong. And, god damn, man. And you see all these people out here in front of the courtroom crying about it. I mean, and that's what's going to be our reaction for the next week. We're going to cry about it, and we're going to turn back on MTV. It's just so frustrating to see it happen over and over again. And honestly, the prosecution threw the case, in my opinion.
Of course he did. Understand something. They said that you were going to get a trial. They didn't say it was going to be a very good one. His job was to go out there and throw the bone out there to him. Understand something. I said that yesterday. He threw the case. Just like defense attorneys go. I mean, you thought only defense attorneys could do that. Tonight you saw a prosecution throw a case. Now, the point that they should have hammered home was that Zimmerman assaulted Trayvon. Zimmerman assaulted a minor. Zimmerman assaulted a child. He did not hammer that point home. He should have been doing like a politician. A politician sits up here and says his campaign slogan, change has come to America. Hope and change. Hope and change. A place called Hope. Change has come to America. He says it until when you see him, the first thing you think is change, change, change. And the prosecution was supposed to do that in this case and didn't. We're going to see if I can get another couple of callers in here. Sean Shank, USA, we have you on the line. You're on live with the BlackChannel.net radio.
Justice has been served. George Zimmerman, yes, yes. Fuck the niggers, yes, yes. Woo, hoo, 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 hoo. Yeah, buddy. Woo, 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 woo.
I see the inbred region of America is up and out tonight.
George Zimmerman.
Now, brothers and sisters, understand something. Understand something. I've got your IP address, and I know where you are.
I know where Trayvon is. I'm going to go kill him again. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Now, understand something. This is how emboldened they want to be for themselves. This is how emboldened they want to be. This is what they do behind closed doors. I want you all to hear that. Because this is what they really think. And you as young black people have sat up here and deluded yourselves into thinking that somehow they're not like this. Want another one? Come on, Mr. Davidson, speak up.
Hello, good sir. I'm going to guess you've heard about the George Zimmerman being...
Well, let me find out here. Where did you hear about this broadcast? Because I don't recognize your voice.
This is the first time I've come here, sir. I was just scrolling through.
Yes, sir. I was asking, where did you hear about this?
Hear about it? So it's on the pages, if you just scroll through the pages on Blog Talk Radio, sir.
Aha! Well, I'm so glad that we're here tonight. What's on your mind?
I imagine you heard about the whole George Zimmerman being left free only a few minutes ago, actually. But do you believe do you think that was not to be expected?
No, we're in America.
I mean, the case was, if you don't mind me saying, the prosecution case was a shambles from the beginning, and it's down to the court to prove the defendant guilty, not innocent.
Right, but can we now let's figure out one thing first. Can we all agree that George Zimmerman murdered this boy?
The evidence support the fact, yeah.
Yeah. Now, understand something. Tariq Nasheed made a very good point. America is the only place in the world where killings like this still take place, and nothing is done about it. Now, I'm not talking about war zones. This is the only place in the world where people are running around killing other people like this, and it's being accepted by the main society. This is the only place in the world that's still happening. And this is what the society is doing today. Even with your biracial president in office, this is what they're doing today now. This is what's happening. So no, I mean, I said this weeks ago. Everybody here knows it. I called it weeks ago and said it. I've been doing it on Facebook the whole time. I'm here tonight. I called it 2 minutes before they brought in the jury. Everybody here saw it, and I don't know if that's going to be enough for everybody. But no. And now understand something. If you are a woman, if you are handicapped, if you're gay, this has ramifications beyond just black men. It's going to be primarily for black men. But understand something now. With this precedent having been set, you are going to have a bunch of copycat killers now. This is what really is happening now.
I can only totally agree. I mean, cases like this entirely spring up copycat killings, and I think that if the authorities don't get a handle on it pretty quickly, it is going to spiral massively out of control, especially in areas where there's already racial tensions.
But this is what they wanted the whole time. This is what they wanted the whole time. Because you have to understand, there's, you sound like you have a British accent. Where are you from?
I'm from London, sir.
Okay. You have to understand, here in the United States, it's been, because you still have a problem over there in Britain too, by the way. But so far we haven't seen anything like this just happen just yet, so we'll come back to that later. But here in the United States, you've got a undercurrent that was forced under the table for the last 50 years. They were forced to play nice. You know, you can't say nigger in public. They were forced to play nice before now. But this is what's been under the current the whole time. They wanted to murder people the whole time. That's what it's about. So, like I said, the internet just gives them the ability to try to sit up here and they got their liquid courage up. But understand something. Zimmerman was just one. I mean, Sean Hannity and Fox and Limbaugh and the rest of them, they prey on weak-minded individuals and they put those guys up to go do things that they themselves won't do. Now, Limbaugh lives in Florida. Now, he's not going to do anything to anybody, but he doesn't have a problem sitting up here encouraging and coaxing and egging somebody else on to go do what he won't. He doesn't have a problem doing that at all. And the guys over there at Stormfront and whatnot, I mean, they're big talkers. They love their little website. They got their little forums. They're huge talkers. They ain't going to do nothing, but they will sit up here and egg somebody else on. And they will tell somebody else, hey, we're not going to risk our lives and our freedom, but you'll be really popular with us if you do. And there's enough dumb people out there that they're willing to try it.
Exactly. There's an entire culture based towards killing. You know, it sounds like a horrible thing to do, but, you know, they believe that a dead nigger is the only good nigger. It's a horrible part of our culture, but it does happen and it's still out there.
I'm going to end the broadcast tonight with something a little bit different from this. But, yes, it's still out there. Thank you very much for calling in, Mr. Davison. I'm going to see if we can get some other callers in here. There's some weird names on here. You're on live with the BlackChannel.net radio.
Hey, man. Glad to be online. And I'd like to...
I guess I'm really popular tonight. This is amazing. I usually don't get this many people who I don't know calling.
You're running a good show here, man. You know, I'd like to, give my 2 cents. Zimmerman has just been declared non-guilty. And I think, he really did deserve, not to be found guilty. Because, there was reasonable doubt that...
There's a reasonable doubt that he chased somebody down and killed them?
Well, you can't say that he did, and you can't say that he...
Yes, you can. He was on the phone, and Trayvon said he's chasing me. But he was on the phone with 911, and they said, sir, stop pursuing him. He said he's getting away. Zimmerman said he's getting away. How far from his... Where he killed Trayvon, how far from his vehicle was he when he killed Trayvon?
And I don't have an operator.
Sir, how far from his vehicle was Zimmerman when he killed Trayvon? How far?
Well, I'm going to tell you.
Sir, how far was he from his vehicle when he killed Trayvon?
5 feet away from him.
He was 5 feet from his vehicle?
5 feet.
He was 5 feet from his vehicle. Zimmerman was in his vehicle. You say he was 5 feet away.
He was 5 feet away from the bumper.
He was 5 feet from the bumper.
That was documented on case.
Sir,
Did not see the actual court.
Sir, Stop it. Stop it.
Okay.
Caller, you're on live with BlackChannel.net radio.
Hi, how are you?
Do you have a truthful statement to make?
Yeah, I do have a truthful statement here.
I'm sorry, do you have a factual statement to make? Not truth can be a personal
object. Well, of course, the fact is always the truth, so I'd like to share, if you'd let me. So, I was following this case very intently because I am from America, as not all callers are, but, you know, I think they don't understand as well, and I do think there was a certain degree of misunderstanding in the Zimmerman case. Do you agree?
No, there was no misunderstanding for non-racist people. For racist people, there was plenty of misunderstanding.
Do you think this was a crime totally based on racism?
Do I think it was a crime totally based on racism? I think it was based on enough that somebody is dead.
Well, it's either it's not or it is, you know.
No, sir. No, it doesn't have to be 100% racism. A rapist doesn't rape somebody simply because he wants to have sex.
Then why do you think
he raped somebody because he wants power, control. He was abused as a child. There's an amalgam of things, but yeah, sex is part of it.
Well, do you know that Zimmerman
I just proved what you just said. I just disproved it, but don't bother about that. Just keep going.
I don't know why you're so mad, sir. You don't have to.
Sir, nobody's mad about anything. I host my radio program like this all the time. I don't know why you're so passive and cowardly.
You're wrong.
I don't know why you're so passive and cowardly. I wonder why you're so passive and cowardly. I'm not passive and cowardly. I don't know why you are, but I'm sorry if that intimidates you.
So do you know that Zimmerman was a Hispanic?
No, sir. That's not true, sir.
You know that?
No, sir, that's not true. No, sir, that's not true. You just exposed your ignorance in front of the world, but no, sir, that's not true.
It's not. Well,
no, sir, it's not, but you didn't know that.
Yeah, and Trayvon was white. Did you know that? Trayvon was actually a vanilla, milky-colored white boy.
No. No, Zimmerman was not claimed by anybody. That's the problem, sir. You didn't know that?
Zimmerman was actually Hispanic descent. And,
Zimmerman was not claimed by anybody. Zimmerman was mixed, but he was not claimed by anybody.
Well, still, why do you think Zimmerman was so racist in what he did?
I didn't say anything about racism at all. You did.
Well, you just said that this was a crime somewhat based on racism, did you not?
You were the one who was talking about racism. I didn't bring up the word racism until you did.
You can dance off the topic like a dumb little nigger, but I'm not really gonna just like fuck around. I say, do you think?
Understand something, people. This is what's really out there. While they pretend that it's not, while they say that they're not, understand something. This is the real thing on display. That's my point to you. Because a lot of people have tried to say, oh no, that's not really what's happening out there. That's not really what's going on. Yes, that's the real thing. This is the real America. This isn't what they show you on TV. Don't let anybody sit up here and try to deny it from this day forward. This is the real thing. This is what's actually out there. This is white people letting the real thing come out. Now, we're lucky tonight that we actually get to see it on parade and on display, because ordinarily you don't. When you go to your job, you don't. When you go to the gas station, you don't. You usually have to do that, but something like this makes them emboldened. And that's exactly what I want. Because I know this. I know this, I see this, I document this, I've done this forever. This gives them a chance to sit up here and show you, hey, this is who we really are. For everybody living in denial. Caller, you're on live with BlackChannel.net radio. He's having a disco night at his house. We'll let him carry on the show where he is. Caller, you're on live from BlackChannel.net radio. Are you from the library or the Klan?
How are ya?
What's your name?
My name's James.
Hello, James. Are you calling from the library or are you calling from the Klan rally?
Neither.
What's on your mind?
I just wanted to call up about this,
Take your phone off speaker, James.
I'm sorry?
Last time, take your phone off speaker.
Alright, man, fuck, chill out. I'm putting my phone on off speaker, hold on. Is that better?
What's on your mind, James?
Yeah, so with the Zimmerman trial and stuff like that, like, I don't know, something's not really sitting quite right with me. Like, yeah, he got acquitted and stuff like that, and yeah, evidence and blah, 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 but this is clearly a racial issue. I mean, like, because he's a black man, like, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say it's because he's a black man, the whole case got sensationalized to the point where now every single person almost on the planet now knows some freaking dude did something, some dead kid who did what, or asked the people, blah, 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 and all it is like, oh, black guy, white guy, black guy killed white guy, oh, but black guy couldn't kill white guy, so white guy killed black guy. When, at the end of the day, who's to say what? Probably, this is what I think happened. Trayvon wanted some Skittles, Zimmerman saw him stealing from the shop, and he's like, come back here, you little fucking nigga.
He saw him stealing from the shop. Really?
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
Now, understand something. This guy's not from America. Now, this guy is from the other side of the world, and yet he sounds just like the rest of the rednecks. Now, understand something. What they're going to tell you is, well, I'm not from America. I'm not from Louisiana. I'm not from Alabama. I'm from somewhere else. I'm different. That's what they tell you. Now understand something now. Out of 4 or 5 white callers, what have you gotten so far? What have you gotten? Now, am I making this up? Now, a lot of people might think I'm doing some type of improvisation. I'm just doing these, vocal impersonations. No, I'm not. This is the real thing on display. You thought the Klan rally was just happening in Alabama and in Florida and Tennessee. And you just had a guy clear from the other side of the world. One caller from London, another caller from Britain. Remember, I told the guy from London, you all got a racism problem going on there too. And that guy just proved it. In a matter of seconds, he just proved it. Plus, he sounds like he's on meth, but it's Saturday night. Caller, you're on live with BlackChannel.net radio.
Hey, glad to be here.
That voice sounds familiar.
What?
I said your voice sounds familiar.
I wasn't picked up before, sir.
Okay. Don't call me sir. My name is Jason.
Oh, all right. Well, Jason, did you want to have a debate on what I think and you think? And
don't call my broadcast asking me what kind of debate I'm gonna have.
Oh, hey!
If you have something to say,
I'm not patronizing you.
If you have something to say, please say it. I asked you what was on your mind.
Yeah, well, with the whole Zimmerman being set free thing, Zimmerman was declared in court as a Hispanic.
What about before court?
You can't really refute the evidence that court brings up.
What about before court?
In court.
What about before court? What about before court, sir?
Before court, he was still Hispanic before court.
Did he identify as Hispanic before then, sir?
Yes, he was.
He did?
He was legally Hispanic. He did.
According to what?
A Hispanic man before court.
Okay, he identified himself to who, sir? Where'd you get that information? Because you got something that the rest of us don't have. So where'd you get that?
The census.
He identified himself on the census as Hispanic.
Yes.
You have a copy of George Zimmerman's census form.
Yes, I do.
Really? Sir,
yes.
I'm going to terminate your call. And the reason I'm terminating your call is because you're a liar.
Hi,
this will be fun. Hello, caller. You're on live. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from South Wales.
Another person from the other side of the ocean. It must be nice over there.
Yeah, well, I think in the...
What's your name? Stop talking. What is your name?
Peter.
Hello, Peter. Listen before you start speaking, Peter. It's not that kind of broadcast.
Alright.
Before you start talking, sir, I got a few questions.
Alright.
You said you're from Wales.
Yep, South Wales.
Okay. How long have you lived there?
All my life.
How long has that been, sir?
26 years.
You're 26 years old. I only have really one question to ask you. Do you think that George Zimmerman was not guilty?
Not guilty as in innocent. Alright, well, I don't think he was innocent in a sense and he was innocent in another sense. Can you agree with that?
No, sir. It's a yes or no question. I think George Zimmerman is guilty of murder. I think George Zimmerman is not guilty of murder. Well,
you said that he was either the crime was either racist or not earlier. I was listening. You didn't want to answer that, yes or no?
No, sir. I said race was a factor in it. He asked me, was it a racially motivated crime? I said it was a factor.
The crime being, I would think there's many factors in the crime being on the Trayvon side and on Zimmerman's side.
Yes, sir, but that's not what I asked you. I asked you whether or not you thought he was guilty or not. I asked you a simple question, and I'm about to terminate your call if you don't answer it. That's why you called into my broadcast, and I didn't call into yours.
Well, I don't have a broadcast, but...
Well, you know why you don't have one? Because you don't answer questions very well.
Alright, well that's cool.
Last call, sir. In your opinion, was he guilty or not guilty of murder?
In my opinion, Trayvon Martin was a dumb little nigger that stole Skittles, and that you are a deluded nigger. Good day, sir.
Now understand something, folks. He's from Wales now. That's the other side of the world. How are we doing so far? How are we doing so far? Because some people think I'm making these things up. How are we doing so far don't worry, they're not, okay, understand something, because you hear this all the time. You hear, they're not all like that. They're not all like that. Remember that? They're not all like that. There's just some like that. They're not all like that. How are we doing so far? The fella from London is really by himself right now at this point. He doesn't have anybody who he can point to and say, yeah, they're on the line with me and they're okay. That's a bad spot to be in. Caller, you're on live with BlackChannel.net radio.
Yes, I actually have two questions for you.
I don't answer questions.
Well, they have to do with the case.
You can make a statement, sir. I don't answer questions.
If George Zimmerman was found to be guilty, would you have just be completely honest? Don't tell me, oh yeah, he was never going to be found guilty. If George Zimmerman was found guilty, will you have come on tonight and said you respect this jury and this was a great jury and this is a great day for America?
I don't answer questions, sir. Which part of that did you not understand?
My second statement was if Zimmerman was black, would Trayvon have grabbed him and slammed his head against the pavement?
If Zimmerman was black, he wouldn't have been chasing a 17-year-old boy to kill him.
Let's just say...
The real point is he chased him down, and you can't get around that. He never would have been in a position like that if he hadn't chased him down. If Trayvon was a woman, would you be supporting Zimmerman's right to chase down a woman and to grab her and accost her with a gun? Would you still be saying, well, if she fought back, I can understand why he would kill her if she was slamming his head into the ground after he chased her down and assaulted and accosted her? Would you still be saying, I can understand why I can understand why a man would shoot a woman if she were fighting back after he chased her down and grabbed her with a gun in his hands?
Why do you think a 17-year-old had jewelry and a screwdriver in his backpack? Don't you think that's...
Sir, and that has what to do with what?
has to do with the fact that Trayvon Martin was clearly a thug, so he was clearly
a thug. Yes, because he was walking home with a screwdriver in his pocket. But in your world, that qualifies as a thug with a screwdriver. That's what it does. Sir, what does that have to do with George Zimmerman chasing him? George Zimmerman did not say he saw a crime, witnessed a crime. He just said, I see somebody I don't recognize. I'm going to take my gun and accost them. Now, had Trayvon been a white woman, or if Trayvon had been a gay person, or if Trayvon had been anything other than a black male, you wouldn't be sitting here saying, well, I can understand why he would fight back. What you're basically saying is Trayvon shouldn't have done anything. What was Trayvon supposed to do when this man with a gun runs up on him? What was he supposed to do?
Go home.
Go home with the guy with the gun grabbing him. How is he supposed to do that when somebody's chasing him with a gun?
Zimmerman did not grab him.
You are supposed to chase him with a gun. He's chasing him with a gun. So you want him to lead him back to his house is what you just said. Lead him back to my home. Yeah, that's what you just said. You just said go home. You just said go home. Yes, the guy with the gun is chasing you, so lead him back to your house. That's what you just said.
No, you don't. You didn't.
Yeah, you lead him back to your home.
Trayvon Martin didn't know he had a gun. That's why he went back.
How do you figure that?
Because Trayvon Martin went back and fought him. Otherwise, he's a
no, the guy sat up here and grabbed him with a gun in his hand. Yeah, and that's how he got himself beat to the ground.
You're making that up. You don't know that.
No, you're making it up. But then again, you're on meth. You make a lot up. Especially, ladies and gentlemen, there's a TV show called Breaking Bad. And do you know how many of the people who called in tonight sound like, like the local junkies from Breaking Bad? I mean, really. Now, that guy had some sort of weird accent, and that's perfectly fine. What this shows you is that this crosses all lines. This is a broadcast for the ages because it crosses all lines. We just sat here and said, what was Trayvon supposed to do? He said, Trayvon, go home. But the guy has already grabbed Trayvon. How is Trayvon supposed to go home when somebody is accosting him? He's supposed to just magically wave a wand and appear at his house? No. And did you see the guy said nigger too? For those of you who didn't hear it, he said it also. So when I told you, this has nothing to do with Trayvon Martin. This has everything to do with he's black. He's black. Don't you understand? He's black. Can't you see? All's fair. He's black. He's black. There is no right. There is no wrong. He's black. That was his crime. And every single person who's called in tonight, every single one of them to a man is saying nigger, nigger, nigger over and over again. What are they telling you? They're telling you that the crime is that he's black. That's what they're telling you. His crime, his offense is unforgivable blackness. And you've got caller after caller after caller after caller doing the exact same thing. Do you understand the magnitude of this problem now? Think we're done? Caller from the 214, you're on live with BlackChannel.net radio.
Hi, my name is Walter White from Breaking Bad. These are all my buyers. Do not tell them anything about it. These are all my buyers.
Apparently so.
Breaking Bad.
They were showing like a marathon of the last season or something like that. And all I'm thinking to myself is, don't try to sell in my territory. Stay out of my territory. That's all I'm thinking right now. Apparently the territory stretches from Los Angeles to London is apparently how far this territory stretches. Well, thank you for calling in, Walter.
Well, excuse me? Hello?
I said thank you for calling in, Walter. We appreciate it.
I was about to say, this case is wholly reminiscent of, the OJ case back in the 90s.
Well, you know what? OJ, there's a preponderance of the evidence that says that he was guilty too. But you know what the amazing thing is, black folk will tell you, yes, he probably was guilty. Now, there's the difference of it. Black folk are not going to sit here and lie and say, yeah, girl, I believe he was innocent. That wasn't the reason. There's the crazy part about it. People are sitting up here. I mean, I would feel a lot better about people just saying, you know what, I don't like niggers, and that's why I'm saying George Zimmerman is guilty, because it doesn't really matter. Those people, believe it or not, I can actually respect someone who's telling the truth. The people I've had to disconnected tonight were people who lied. The Stormfront guys, if they actually had any guts about them, like I said, that'd be one thing. I can respect a white supremacist who's willing to say he's a white supremacist. He's being honest. I don't have to like him. I'm not going to spend any more time around him than I have to. But you know what? That I can respect. This case is in no way reminiscent of O.J. Simpson, except to the fact that if you think a guilty person went free, that's reminiscent. But other than that, no. Now that part I will disagree with. Other than if you think a person is guilty. Now, if you think George Zimmerman is guilty and OJ was guilty and two guilty people got off, yeah. That part, yeah. But everything else, I don't know. You have to explain to me what the other similarities are.
Well, thank you for the discussion. Thank you.
Well, that wasn't very hard. Caller from the 850, you're on live with the BlackChannel.net radio.
Yeah, I'm glad I finally got through for, all the racist white boys calling in. I'm down here in Florida. I live in Florida, from New Orleans.
Okay, your phone's really muffled on you. I'm not sure if you're on speakerphone or not, but you're going to want to take it off speaker if you got it on there, because it's real muffled and I'm having trouble making out what you're saying.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, the track phone people are making a lot of money this year. Go ahead and finish your thought.
Okay. Basically, it's always been a thing here in Florida. As far as walking the streets at night, it's a code. I got here when I was in the 6th grade. As a black man, we know not to walk the streets at night, period. Not to walk by yourself. That's been ingrained in us. Even, from the middle class black kids to the thugs, we know what to do and what not to do. With that being said, it's a shame this young man is not receiving justice, even though we knew it wasn't going to happen. But for all those white people that are calling in, I want to let you all know that I am not afraid. We are not afraid. We will take up arms, and we can do whatever it is you want to do. I'm tired. This fucking country sucks. The president sucks. Everything about this country. But understand, as much as you can call us a nigga, and for y'all who listening, the worst thing you can call a white person is not a cracker. It's a dumb fucking nigger. And that's what they are. And we would put hands on them. We would put bullets in their asses. So, bring it however you all want to bring it. And I'm actually glad this happened. Maybe we might start coming together.
Maybe this will serve as a wake-up call.
I will protect my family. I will protect the kids. You think they had a neighborhood watch? Wait till I start my fucking neighborhood watch. And I understand, and I want these white boys to fucking hear my voice and hear the pain in my fucking voice. I understand that my life is in danger, and I will kill you before you kill me. Black first.
Black first, brother. The most powerful aspect of the nation of Islam, of Muslims, the reason why Islam is the fastest growing religion in the world is because they understand what they're supposed to be living for. Now, as black men, when you've been trained and raised and brought up to believe that you're supposed to die for the country and for white folk and everything else, that you're not supposed to stand up for anything for yourself. No, you're supposed to stand up for yourself. That's the difference. You're supposed to stand up for yourself. You don't victimize anybody. But you're supposed to stand up for yourself. And I want you all to understand, because I could sit here behind this microphone for the next 50 years and tell you what is out there and tell you how real it is. But these people are going to show you. These people are going to show you what's going on. All I have to do is just sit here and report the news. Caller, you're on live with BlackChannel.net radio.
What up, Jay? Yo, I wanna, that dude before who, said his whole spiel, man. Rock on, brother. that was great. That touched my heart. Just cause one of us died doesn't mean we all have to die. We can fight back, dude. We U.S. citizens too. What we do. We get. You can buy a gun. You can buy it legally. You ain't no criminal just cause you're black. You just. It's defense. If the whites want to attack the blacks, then the blacks can retaliate. You feel me, dude?
Well, what you really have right now is an all against all. Well, I mean, all against us, actually. But you know what? That's the way it's always been. It's just now they finally slipped up and made the mistake of taking the cover off of it.
No, dude. Just because this case happened, what I do? I'm gonna get a gun. I'm gonna, patrol my neighborhood, and if there's some white kid, this little white kid on a bike, riding with his hoodie up, I'm gonna shoot him too, JK. But you know that, like, you see, like, do you think that'd be, you think that, that'd be justifiable if I just did that?
Well, I have a feeling that this prosecuting attorney for your trial, I have a feeling he'll be a whole lot more zealous.
If I did that, hypothetically, man, I walk free. Because George Zimmerman did.
No, that's not the way courts work. The way courts work is if you're black and you walk in and you're guilty, or if they want you to be guilty, I'm pretty sure that prosecuting attorney who gave that limp-wristed prosecution to George Zimmerman, I have a feeling he'll be a lot more determined and a lot more zealous.
That crazy-ass skeleton opened up his defense with a knock-knock joke, like knock-knock, who's there? Oh yeah, racial crime. Dude, that's sick. I spit on people like that. Some dude, I see him walking on the streets, I spit on him.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, brother. We appreciate it. He's going to spit on him. You're on live with the BlackChannel.net radio.
Okay, number one, man, I don't want you
Take your phone off speaker.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Make sure you're off speaker.
I just want to say you have some real intellectuals on your show there, man. Saying they're going to kill all the white folks.
I don't think anybody said they're going to kill all the white folks, so you're lying. I'm going to disconnect your call because you're lying. You're on live with BlackChannel.net radio.
Hi, I just wanted to say that now that Zimmerman's he's gotten away with it, it means that he gets the Skittles and the Arizona tea to drink, and he can keep some of that.
How's your life on meth?
It's quite good, actually.
I see.
How's your life?
Brothers and sisters, this is your brain on drugs. Caller from the 708, you're on live with the BlackChannel.net radio.
Thanks.
Last call, you're on live with the BlackChannel.net radio. Okay. Brothers and sisters, for those of you who want to legalize drugs in the States, all I can say is just listen to some of what's come through this phone call tonight supporting George Zimmerman, and, I mean, are you sure you really want to do that? I don't know. Call from the 619, you're on live with the BlackChannel.net radio.
Hello, brother. This is Black Clark calling in here. I haven't called in a while, but I think it was necessary for me to call in. And
do you hear some of what's coming through this phone tonight?
Sir, I'm wondering what the hell is going on with these. For one thing, some of these crazy crackers calling in, they're coming in like cockroaches. When I was on the BlackChannel.net before, they have never called in.
No.
They've never been this insane. They've never been.
They're emboldened.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like, they're coming in like cockroaches now. Not if they find something that they can cling to, a non-black person shooting a innocent black child.
Yeah, they couldn't even do it themselves. Okay, but just understand something. They couldn't even do it themselves because the one caller wants to call and say, well, he wasn't white, he's Hispanic. Okay, but here's the thing. They're hanging their hats on something somebody else did. Couldn't even do it yourself. Somebody else did it, but yay for our side.
Yeah, but not we didn't claim him before. Now they claiming him.
Yeah.
Oh, we're distancing ourselves from him. Now he's our friend.
Yeah.
And like I said before, it's a clarion call to all the rest of them to let them know, hey, you too can get away with this. That is what it's about. You too as a Hispanic, you too as an Asian, you too as a whatever, you can get away with this. And now you're our friend. And this trial right here is letting them know that. And a lot of black people are saying they're going to go out and do this. I don't think that they're going to do that. I don't think that would be the most intelligent thing, because the people you got to buy the guns from are the people that are against you. That's one thing. And now they're going to be even more out on the streets looking for the troublemakers, quote unquote, the troublemakers. So for one thing, brothers, do not go out there and say the things you're saying right here on this broadcast. I know this. I've been on this broadcast for, brother. TV. I've been on here for years, and I realize that you're not. For one thing, you're not supposed to just say these things online right here. This is not a good idea. I mean, did they know about us, brother? Did they know about the blackchannel.net, sir?
Brother,
did they know about us, brother?
Yeah,
they know about who's watching us? Please do not say that online. Please, if you go somewhere, say it somewhere else. But this is a channel for peace right here. We're trying to, when you do say things like that, say it somewhere else. Don't say it here on the blackchannel.net.
That's very true, brother.
We already got anything on our ass.
Yeah, we got everything else. I want brothers to understand what they understand. Don't go running your mouth about everything you know and everything you're thinking. You don't grab the first microphone that gets in front of you and then go tell the world exactly what's going on your mind. You're not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah, please, brother. I just want to say black first, but I will be tuning in, sir. And I really, really want to just thank you, sir, for broadcasting and just black first, man. Please,
black first, brother. Like I said, this is an educational experience, not for me. I mean, I've been calling this forever. This is not the point. It's to young black people. I want you to understand this for yourself. These calls are not filtered. They're not edited. They're not, screened. We let the real thing come out all the way across the line. Because I want you to see this, because I've lived this for almost half a century, going on over a third of a century, almost half a century. I've lived this. And for those of you living in denial of it, I want you to hear this. And I'm going to put all this together as a montage. That's the reason why I keep letting them do it. Because I can say anything. Let them prove it. I'm just here. I'm just the messenger. Let them prove what I'm saying. You're on live with the BlackChannel.net radio. His Samsung radio is giving out on him. Caller from the 626, you're on live with the BlackChannel.net radio.
Black first, Jason.
Black first, brother.
Man, yeah, this just hurts my soul so much to see all the shit going down. And not to throw anybody under the bus, but there's a very popular Facebook page that this broadcast was posted on tonight, and I believe that is why you have a lot of these callers calling in.
No, they're calling in. No, they're calling in because I'm broadcasting tonight, and on the front page of Blog Talk, it's got the who's broadcasting live right now. So that's I'm showing up on the front page. So that's why every neo-Nazi they stop their own broadcast tonight so they can drop by on mine, which is the crazy part.
The thing that kills me about a lot of these people is the fact that they'll hide behind their keyboards when they're at home on the internet. And then they'll shake their hand to your face.
No, they won't shake their hands. I mean, they'll be sitting there in front of you. I mean, they'll be scared to death in real life. I mean, I've told you that the internet has allowed people to find their inner perverts, and it's allowed racists to get their inner bigot on. But I mean, in real life, of course, these guys will be just shaking like a leaf. They're 98 pounds dripping wet. There's a reason why black men have owned the heavyweight championship for all the 20th century. I mean, look, you and I know what the deal is, but understand something. They're smarter than that. Now, they're not going to be stupid. George Zimmerman wasn't stupid enough to run up on Trayvon Martin with his bare hands. A 28-year-old man got his ass handed to him by a 17-year-old. You think these dudes weren't hurting behind that? You think they didn't notice that? By the way, hey, you know he was only 17. How could you get beat by 17? Their pride been hurt all this time, so this verdict is the only real solace that they have. They can't take any pride in anything else. They're glad he wasn't technically considered a white person, because they're like, wow, could you imagine the optics of that? A 17-year-old black kid is just so dominant physically that you can't even keep pace with a 17-year-old kid. You can't match him. So no, I mean, this is the kind of thing that you have. They are desperate for a win. They're not eager for one. Yep. They're desperate for it now. They will take it. I mean, he's killed a child. It wasn't even a complete white man who did it, and they'll say, fine, forget it. It's a damn black kid. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. It's just, were there white people in the room when it was said not guilty? Yes, there were. We'll take it as a win for us. Are you serious? This is what has become of the mighty Anglo Empire. This is what you reduced to? And the answer is yes.
And you know, to touch on something that the brothers were talking about earlier is the fact that I saw a lot of and heard of from a lot of so-called, I call them so-called because this is their slave name, but so-called Hispanic Latinos going on and trying to defend Zimmerman. So-called Mexicans trying to defend Zimmerman, when he disparaged Mexicans long before he murdered the young boy Trayvon.
They don't care about that. You have to understand, the focus... Man.
That is the ultimate house nigga syndrome right there.
Yeah. The focus was on Trayvon, though. That was the real focus. They don't care about anything else. Nothing else mattered to them. The focus was on him. All they knew was it was a black person did, and it wasn't another black person who did